Hey, big sis! So, how's that solo honeymoon treating you? I mean, is it peaceful? So searching? Or are you just sitting in a resort somewhere binging room service and pretending you're not completely miserable?
I really don't know what you're trying to get out of this. You reaching out like this, it's weird and unnecessary.
Wow, okay. That's kinda cold, don't you think? I was just being nice, checking in. God forbid I try to be friendly with my sister for once.
Cindy, I told you not to contact me again. I wasn't being vague about it. I made it very clear after everything that happened. I don't know what part of "we're done" didn't quite register with you.
Oh, come on, Leah. That whole cutting me off thing was like, 2 years ago now? You're married. I was married. Now I'm not. We've clearly both moved on, right? Can't we just admit that we're living totally separate lives now and leave all the drama in the past?
Just because time has passed doesn't mean I've forgotten what you did. You didn't just date someone I liked, Cindy. You took the man I was engaged to right before my wedding. That doesn't just fade with time.
Okay, yeah, I get it. You're still upset. But honestly, holding on to all that bitterness, it's not a good look. Like, seriously, it's gonna age you faster than stress wrinkles. You should think about that, for real.
If your goal here is to annoy me, congratulations. Mission accomplished.
Look, all I'm saying is things happened. You married someone else, I married the guy you were supposed to marry, and we both kind of went our separate ways. We each got a slice of the happy ending pie. It's not like either of us lost out.
I'm not interested in comparing lives with you. I don't need closure or updates or whatever this is. I'm fine. I don't need to revisit any of it.
Okay, but here's the twist. I'm actually not married anymore. Yep, surprise. Got divorced, officially, legally, emotionally, all of it.
You divorced him? Wait, what?
Sure did. Signed, sealed, delivered. Done. And now I'm living free, baby. No boring dinner conversations, no diaper explosions, no snooty mom circles. I'm just doing whatever I want, whenever I want. Feels amazing.
I'm honestly kind of shocked. I thought you two were living that picture-perfect life. You had a kid, a house, all of it.
Oh, we had all that for like 5 minutes, but then the cracks started showing. No friends, no support system, no one dropping by with casseroles or cute onesies. It was like I hit fast forward on my own social funeral.
That's oddly specific.
I mean, do you have any idea how fast people turn on you when they realize you're the kind of girl who steals her sister's fiancé? Even PTA moms aren't that forgiving. They iced me out so hard I could have opened my own freezer aisle.
So you blamed a failed marriage on not being popular enough?
It was a lot of things, okay? But yeah, the whole suburban wife fantasy kinda went up in flames. And after the divorce, I figured I'd crash at mom's for a bit. You know, reset, regroup.
Let me guess, that's where this little reconnection attempt started.
Ding, ding, ding. I saw your number in her contacts and thought, wonder how the newlyweds are doing. So I reached out. And while I was at it, I figured I'd message your husband too.
You're not serious. Please tell me you're not serious.
Oh, I'm totally serious. It was just a curiosity thing at first. I mean, it's not like I planned it. I just thought, hey, let's see what kind of guy Leah married. And he's interesting.
Cindy, please tell me you didn't go behind my back and start messaging my husband.
Not behind your back if I'm telling you now, right? And relax, it was just chatting. Nothing scandalous. Unless you count a few flirty emojis.
You are absolutely unbelievable.
He replied, didn't he? And it wasn't just a one-time thing. We got into this rhythm. Late night talks, random memes, deep convos about life and stuff. Honestly, it felt kinda nice. Like I haven't laughed like that in ages.
You're telling me this like you think I'm supposed to find it amusing.
Well, you're the one on a honeymoon without a husband, right? So, maybe a little company is a good thing, even if it's me, or him, or both.
Cindy, I don't care what your intentions were. You don't get to insert yourself into my marriage just because yours fell apart. Whatever you think you're doing, you need to stop.
All right. Message received. Jeez, you don't have to snap. You used to be a lot more fun.
And you used to have boundaries. At least pretend you still remember what those are.
Wow, harsh. But I guess that's what happens when people grow apart, huh? 1 minute you're planning weddings, the next you're ghosting each other over brunch.
The only thing I need you to understand is this. I meant it the first time and I still mean it now. Don't contact me again. Not in a week, not in a year, not when you're bored or lonely. Just don't.
Okay, I get it. No need to make it dramatic. But hey, if you ever change your mind, you know where to find me.
Goodbye, Cindy.
Later, sis. And, tell your husband I said hi for me.
Hey, this might feel kinda random, but I just wanted to say congratulations. I heard from someone that you got married recently. They said your husband seems like a really solid guy.
Keith? Wow, okay. That's definitely not the message I was expecting to see today. I honestly thought we were done hearing from each other for good.
Yeah, I figured you'd be surprised. I wasn't sure if I should say anything, but I don't know, I guess I felt like I should. Like maybe it's the least I could do to at least say something decent after everything.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, I did get married. We're actually still on our honeymoon right now.
Really? That's awesome. I hope it's been good. Peaceful, you know? You deserve that. Anyway, I also figured you might have already heard about me and Cindy. We're divorced now.
Yeah, I heard that too, not that long ago. I wasn't sure if it was true or just gossip, but I can't say I was shocked.
No, you wouldn't be. You always saw it clearer than I did. I don't know, Leah. Back then, I thought I was making some big, passionate decision, like I was following my heart or whatever. It all felt so dramatic and meaningful at the time. But once we got married, it was like nothing changed. She was still out constantly, hanging around with whoever, wherever. Even after the baby came, she barely looked back. I was the one waking up at night, making bottles, dealing with diapers, everything. She just floated around like nothing had changed.
That must have been a lot to carry, and honestly, I'm not saying this in a spiteful way, but I'm glad you finally see it now. You weren't the only one who got hurt back then, but it's good to hear you're trying to do right by your kid.
Yeah, I'm trying, really. It's been rough, not gonna lie. I've got no backup, no one to lean on, but this time I'm actually owning it. No more pretending, no more excuses. Just me and him figuring it out.
That's what matters now. What's done is done. You've got a chance to be a good father, and that's where your energy should go, as far as the past goes. I've moved on. I mean, really moved on.
That's good. Honestly, that's what I wanted to hear. I know I can't undo anything, but I do hope you're happy now. That's the real reason I reached out.
I am. It's a different kind of life now, and honestly, I didn't think I'd get here, but it's good. He's kind. He listens. I don't feel like I have to shrink myself down to keep the peace anymore.
That's huge! Seriously, I'm really glad to hear that.
Thanks.
Okay, well, I won't hold you up any longer. Enjoy your honeymoon.
Hey, before you go, can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure, what's up?
Has Cindy tried contacting you again recently?
Me? No. Last time we spoke was when the divorce paperwork got finalized. We blocked each other after that, and as far as I know, she's stayed gone. Why? Did something happen?
Yeah, she just texted me a few hours ago. I blocked her old number, but I guess she got a new one. And not just me, she says she's been messaging my husband too.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
I guess some people never change, huh? Yeah, it seems that she wasn't satisfied with just taking you from me. Now she wants my husband too.
Wow! I mean, I shouldn't be shocked, but that's seriously messed up. I didn't think she'd take it that far.
She's such a stark contrast with you too. You genuinely seem to have learned from your mistakes and are working your hardest to support your child. I didn't think you guys were in touch, but if you knew something, anything that might explain this, I'd really appreciate you letting me know.
So, does this mean that she's actually, going out with your husband right now?
No, that's just the thing. She and my husband have never even met. and yet she wants me to believe they're texting each other every day? I'm far more confused than I am angry, honestly.
Wait a second. Oh no! I think I know what's going on, and it's all my fault!
Go ahead and tell me all about it.
Dang it, I would, but the baby just started crying his head off, like full meltdown mode.
Go take care of him. It's fine.
Thanks. I'll message you again later once he's down.
All right. Talk soon.
So, tell me something. How's that lonely little honeymoon of yours going? Because I gotta say, a romantic getaway without the romance sounds more like a sad solo trip to me. Like, what are you even doing? Just sipping overpriced cocktails alone and pretending not to notice the empty seat across from you?
Cindy, what exactly is the point of this? If you're bored, find someone else to bother.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. I'm just being honest. I mean, your husband has been texting me practically the entire time you've been on this farce of a honeymoon. Like, literally all day, every day. You seriously haven't noticed? Because if I were you, I'd be asking myself why my brand new husband was spending so much time on another woman.
Except he's not spending time with you. He's completely focused on me right now. So maybe try stepping out of whatever fantasy world you've built for yourself.
How clueless can you be? Like, seriously, this is just sad. Your precious husband? Yeah, he's already checked out. You're just delaying the inevitable.
You really think this is some kind of competition, don't you?
Competition? Sweetie, there is no competition between you and me. This game was over before it started. You just haven't caught up yet. This isn't your honeymoon anymore, Leah. It's mine.
Excuse me? What's that supposed to mean?
I mean that I am going to spend the rest of your honeymoon with your husband, and you are gonna go home and cry all by yourself. And I'm not asking permission.
You have completely lost your grip on reality. Did you think I would actually willingly go along with that psychotic plan?
It doesn't matter if you go along with it or not. It's happening. And do you want to know why I'm so sure of that? Your husband sent me a plane ticket. Round trip to Hawaii, baby.
Excuse me?
And you know what else? I'm already at the airport. Now, all I need to do is hop on the plane that your husband reserved for me, and I'll be on my way to paradise. Then I'll kick you out of the hotel room, and me and your husband can finally have the alone time we've been waiting for.
Have you ever considered becoming a screenwriter for a bad soap opera?
Believe me or not, I'm landing in Hawaii in a few hours. And once I get there, you can stop pretending. You've played the part. Now it's my turn. I'll be taking it from here.
You know, maybe instead of becoming a writer, you should just be committed to the nearest mental institution.
Aw, that's adorable. You still don't believe this is real. But like I said, I already made my choice. So go ahead and enjoy your last quiet night as his wife. Because starting tomorrow, you won't even be his side girl anymore.
Who the hell are you?
Huh? You know who I am. I'm your sister. What's gotten into you all of a sudden?
This is Dan. I'm Leah's husband. I'm the one you claim to have been messaging. So let's go ahead and clear something up right now.
Oh my god, finally! I was starting to think you were just gonna keep pretending. Dan, come on. Can we not do this little I don't know who you are bit? You've literally been texting me nonstop for weeks.
Need you to stop right there. I don't know what kind of story you've built up in your head, but I'm telling you this as clearly and directly as I can. We have never spoken before today. Not once. I've never sent you a message, I've never called you, and I've never given you my contact information.
What? Seriously? You're really gonna go with that? Dan, it's me. It's Cindy. We've been talking all the time. You told me you weren't happy with Leah. You said you felt trapped, and I was the one who made you feel free. You promised you'd bring me to Hawaii.
No, I did not promise you anything. I don't even know who you are beyond what Leah has told me. I didn't send you a ticket. I didn't tell you I was waiting. And I absolutely did not say anything about feeling trapped or wanting out of my marriage, because that's just not true.
Then how do you explain all the messages? The ones where you called me honey cakes and said I understood you better than anyone. You don't just forget that kind of connection.
Cindy, listen to me. I have never called anyone honey cakes in my life, and I sure as hell didn't send those messages. My phone died on the first day of our honeymoon. I dropped it in the ocean while running along the beach, and it sank. When I pulled it out, it was already done. No power, no data, nothing.
No, that doesn't make sense. We were still talking after that. You said you were counting down the days until I arrived. You said you couldn't wait to see me.
Then whoever said those things was not me. I literally couldn't have messaged anyone. It's not just my phone dying either. Leah's been with me every single day. There's been no secret texting, no late-night confessions. Whoever you were talking to, it wasn't me. And honestly, the way you're clinging to this fake connection, it's concerning.
Okay, seriously, just stop. You don't have to keep up this whole innocent act for her. You don't have to pretend anymore. You and I, we had something. You can't just erase that.
There is nothing to erase. There was never anything there. I never reached out to you. I never invited you into my life, and I never asked for this conversation. So let me say this as clearly as I can. I want you to stop contacting Leah. I want you to stop involving yourself in our marriage. Whatever fantasy you've been entertaining, it ends here.
Wow, so that's it? You're just gonna throw me away like I'm crazy?
I'm not calling you anything, but I will say this. I'm a lawyer, and if this continues, if you keep pushing, if you show up here, if you message either of us again, I will not hesitate to take legal action. This isn't a game to me, so I suggest you think very carefully before sending another word.
Okay, I think that should just about cover things, doesn't it? So now that we officially have nothing left to talk about, I'll be once again blocking your number. Any further attempts to contact me or my husband will result in immediate legal action. Have a nice life, or don't.
Leah, wait! You can't just leave me like this!
Yes I can.
No, you can't! Don't you get how insane this is?
That you're still talking to me despite multiple legal threats? Yeah, that is pretty insane.
That's not what I'm talking about! I mean, I genuinely thought I was talking to your husband, Dan, all this time! But now that I know it wasn't him, who in the world was it?
Oh, that. This is actually pretty hilarious, so I don't mind explaining it to you. You've been talking to your ex-husband and my ex-fiancé, Keith.
What? Keith? That was him? But I don't get it. Why?
Why do you think? When you broke up with Keith, you pushed your child onto him too, didn't you? I understood that you not only didn't fight for custody of your kid, you actively demanded that Keith take him off your hands.
Well, yeah, but I already told you, being a mom was way less fun than it sounded. I would have been fine throwing that thing into foster care, but Keith was so determined not to do that, so I was like, fine, you take him. And that has nothing to do with you, by the way.
Yeah, I know. The personal issues between my ex-fiancé and my ex-sister are of no personal importance to me. I'm just explaining that this happened because you skipped town and haven't been paying your court-mandated child support payments to him. You're a deadbeat mom.
What? Is that really what it was all about?
Yep. He was apparently trying to track you down for quite some time and had given up at one point when all of a sudden a notification came across his screen. It was you talking to him and calling him Dan. So, he knew right away that you had accidentally texted him instead of this other guy, but rather than tell you right away, he decided to run with it. He didn't know who this Dan was, but he figured that if it would help him track you down, he'd become Dan for you. It wasn't until later when he realized that I was married to a man named Dan that he put two and two together and realized what was really going on. I don't blame him for not getting it right away. Taking care of a newborn by yourself when your wife's a total flake must do a number on the brain.
Oh my god, he tricked me! Man, this sucks! I was having so much fun talking to him, stealing your husband. But it was just my ex? Ugh.
You were pretty easy to trick, too. I know you got a new phone, but you seriously didn't realize you were calling your ex-husband's number? Anyway, that brings us to where we are now. Now, Cindy, here's a question for you. Why do you think you're in an airport?
Huh? Now that you mention it, that is kind of weird. Like I thought he was actually inviting me to come to Hawaii with him. Why would he get me this ticket if this was all just an act?
I already told you. He wanted to find you.
Wait.
Looks like you're starting to catch on. He knew that the only way he would be able to get his hands on you and force you to pay what you owed him was to get you locked down where he could find you. And now he has you right where he wants you.
I gotta get out of here. I gotta run and hide. This can't be happening. I thought there was no way he'd ever find me again.
Don't bother. He just sent me a message a little while ago. He's already in the airport, so you'll be hearing from him very, very soon. As for what he's going to do with you, well, let's just say it's not going to be fun. Good luck, Cindy.
Things finally settled down on my end. I still can't believe we actually pulled it off, but yeah, Cindy's been officially handled.
Thank God. Maybe now I can get a moment's peace without my sister texting me out of the blue about stealing my husband.
Oh yeah, she won't be bothering you anymore. Right after we grabbed her, I took her straight to that factory her parents run. They were waiting. Not thrilled, but ready. She's gonna be living there, working full-time, under supervision. They'll deduct child support from her paycheck and send it right to me.
Wow, excellent. Sounds like everything worked out for everyone in the end. Everyone except Cindy, that is.
That's right. No more running, no more excuses.
Well, I've got to hand it to you. All that effort pretending to be my husband actually paid off. Twisted as it was, you pulled it off.
Yeah, about that. I really am sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have suspected something right away when she started telling me, as Dan, that she'd be better for me than Leah. But I mean, there were plenty of Leahs in the world, I guess. I never expected this would blow up your honeymoon. I'm really sorry for that. And could you pass my apologies on to Dan, too?
Sure, I'll let him know. Honestly, he didn't seem all that upset. Probably because he was more focused on making sure I didn't lose my mind.
If Cindy ever tries anything again, or if she breaks the agreement somehow, would Dan be willing to help out again? You know, like, legally?
He already said he would, but let's hope it never gets to that point again.
Yeah, that'd be best. I don't ever want to drag you two into this again.
Then just focus on your kid. That's the only thing that matters now.
I will. I'm gonna do everything I can to become someone he can actually be proud of. Being a single dad isn't gonna be easy, but I'm not backing down.
I'm glad to hear that. Best of luck to you and your son, Keith. From what I've heard, Cindy's still working full-time at that live-in factory. Apparently, she's been putting in real effort, showing up every day, doing the work. There have been a few escape attempts here and there, of course, but with security cameras all over the place, she never makes it far. They always catch her on tape and bring her straight back. As for Keith, he's been holding it down as a single dad. Balancing his job and raising a kid isn't easy, but he's been giving it everything he's got. People still give him a hard time sometimes, especially those who remember our breakup. But little by little, they're starting to come around. The way he stepped up as a father is starting to change how people see him, and honestly, he's earning it.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Sometimes there really are coincidences like this. But to think one would be me running into my older sister in the middle of the city like this?
Even I was thinking that I'd never have to see you again, Jade. As large as New York City is, I guess we both just happen to be right here at the same time.
But after seeing how healthy you're looking, Ariana, I can finally relax a little. You must have made it past being that dirty homeless woman you once were. I was honestly thinking you'd be living in the dirt and filth of New York City for the rest of your life. I was shocked to see you living the life of us normal folk. Huh? I still think about what happened 5 years ago. Especially that face you made when you found out your husband at the time, Trey, had thrown you away. Being kicked right out of the house you both had built and moved into. You were crying so hard that there were tears spilling out of literally every hole on your face.
Well, I'm sure anyone would be crying like that during those times. Having your own husband stolen from you by your little sister? I'm sure any sane person would have been shocked.
But the most entertaining part came right after that. While watching TV, there was this show about the homeless in New York. And when you had a really good look at the line of hobos at the soup kitchen, there you were. Your clothing was all in tatters and you looked dead, lined up with all those druggies and forgotten veterans. When we saw you lined up like that, both Trey and myself burst out laughing.
And I'm going to assume that neither of you would be able to imagine how difficult it was for me to get back to my original life from there.
Sorry about that. But I've never had to be a hobo myself, so I would never be able to imagine such a thing. To be honest, I didn't even think someone could live their life normally after losing their house.
Don't ever talk to me again. Just from these texts we've been sending back and forth alone, my heart is starting to race again and my forehead is beginning to sweat.
What? We were finally able to meet back up after 5 years of being apart, and that's how you're going to treat me? I'm your only little sister after all, so you should be more open to me again. Oh, that's right. If you don't mind and can make it, I'd like to invite you to our next home party. Just recently, we had another house built, so we need to have a party there as well now to christen it.
You had another house built? Was the house you stole from me not good enough? You kicked me out of there 5 years ago, saying you'd be making that your guys' love nest and everything. So why do you both need to build a new house?
We've done this because we both realized the last house wasn't good enough for us. It was in a nice location and all, but having to live in the same house as Trey's ex-wife was a little tough on the heart. So Trey went ahead and had this new house built for the two of us.
You're kidding me. Then what's going to happen to the last house?
We had it demolished and sold the land back to the realty company. We made sure that the house that had all your memories with Trey could never be seen again.
What the hell, Jade? If you both were just going to end up tearing it down anyway, why did you both have to take it from me in the first place?
Oh, now that you say it that way, I suppose you're right. Sorry about that. I guess the both of us just made you homeless for no reason at all now. But of course, that was a great experience for you, so I'm sure you'll forgive us for that one. Anyway, the next time I text you will be about the home party, all right?
I heard about you from Jade. You able to crawl back out of that life as a homeless person, huh? Congratulations.
Thank you so much for taking the time to text me now. But I'm sure you have more to say to me than just congratulations, right?
Huh? There's something else I just say?
I heard about this from Jade. That house you both stole from me, you had demolished and then sold the land, right?
You want to talk about that? We were to make some decent money off that place. Did you have anything you wanted to say about it? I was the owner of that house, so there should be no problem with me having it torn down and sold.
I understand that you were the owner, but I had one request from you, right? If you guys were ever going to leave that house, to tell me about it then. I told you that if you were going to sell it, I would buy it, so don't sell it to anyone else. I asked you that so many times after you threw me away, right?
Oh, wait, what? You said all that to me?
Shut the frick up, you bastard! You knew all along what I asked from you. You knew just how many times I told you that I wanted to keep that house if you both were going to let go of it. That house held so many memories of myself and Mickey in it. When I was single, I had always been living with Mickey. And after having lived with one another for so long, we moved into that new house with you. You knew just how many final memories I had with Mickey in that house and how important it all was to me.
Ah, Now I'm starting to remember. I suppose you did say some of those things to me before you left. You wanted the house back because of your memories with that cat?
I was already sad because of the fact you both stabbed me in the back, but what really shocked me was getting kicked out of that house. That's why the whole time I was homeless, I worked my butt off to make it back to a life where I could make money again. I was planning to buy that house back from you two. Yet you both went and freaking tore that house down and sold the freaking land.
Hey, don't get so upset over it. The house is gone now. There's no going back to it.
What the hell is wrong with you? I am never gonna forgive you for that, you jerk.
I don't need your forgiveness. How you think of me literally has nothing to do with my life now. And the fact that you're turning into a witch over some memories you had with some silly cat? How can you be so attached to the memories of that cat?
Excuse me?
Why don't you just get yourself a new cat? There's no way a woman that just crawled back from being a hobo could afford to have a cat. I'm so sorry for suggesting something a lowlife would never be able to do.
This coming weekend, I'd like you to come to our house. All right, Ariana? We'll be having that party I was talking about with you a few weeks ago. We plan to have tons of really good food there for everyone to eat, so make sure that you fill up. I'm sure it will all be better than that food from that soup kitchen. I'm sorry, but I'm sure there are plenty of other people you can invite to that party. I have no interest in seeing your guys' newly built house. What was that? Could this mean that you are still upset about the fact that we tore that old house down? I heard about how you felt from Trey about that, but you need to stop crying like a baby and grow up. No matter how mad you get, there's no way you can go back in time and fix things. Huh? And really, I would like you to hurry up and come see our beautiful and high-class home we have now. I want to see the face you make when you see how luxurious this house is. I'm just shaking in my chair right now just thinking of how you'd react. If it's that luxurious that I'll be shocked that much, what house did you guys end up having built? Oh, you're wondering about that? Well, this house happened to cost us both $2 million. $2 million? You both ended up spending that kind of money on it? What do you think? That's pretty amazing, right? Not only is it crazy that we both have a house built here in New York City, but we ended up spending $2 million on it. The fact that I get to live in such a gorgeous house as this now makes me a winner. Where did the two of you end up getting that kind of money from? Even with the money from the land you sold before, there's no way you made even $1 million off that land. But here's the thing. We did make that kind of money for this new house. My husband, who I love so much, has really been moving up in his company, and that's where all this money came from as well. That all then allowed us to get this huge loan on the house and everything with no questions whatsoever. What? You're telling me Trey has been getting promoted? Trey? The guy that never once got a promotion while I was with him, and if anything got moved down in salary. For some reason, ever since we got married to one another, Trey's been fighting like a boss. He told me he wanted to show me how amazing he is, and so he started to focus all his energy into work. And because of all that energy, he was able to get promoted. And now he's working high up in that company. You're lying, right? Not at all. And not only was he able to move really high up in this company, but other companies have been calling to him as well. Companies that have been really wanting to hire him into their ranks. After being promoted so much, the fact that he's now even being asked to join other companies is amazing. When a proper woman becomes a man's wife, they will usually start to show their true strength. In other words, all that's happened is because of me. He's already chosen to join a new company now that is going to pay him even more, and he won't even have to work as much. That's why the both of us decided that it was worth it to pay $2 million for this home. Living in a really nice house like this should only make him want to work harder and make us even more money. I see now. So that's how you ended up with a place like that. And starting next year, he will be making another 100,000 on top of what he's already making, so we'll be frickin' rich. Oh, and of course, that's only going to be his base pay. There will also be things like bonuses and extra money coming in due to his success. We really will be making an insane amount of money with all of that. That really is amazing of him. The fact that a man like Trey could ever get into a position like that. Are you aware of the company Fly High USA? They happen to be at the top of the stock market right now. That's the company that's called for my husband to go work there. What did you say? Did you really know about that company then? Well, I suppose it isn't too strange for even someone of your class to know about them. They are ranked in the top 100 companies in the world and are moving their way up to being in the top 50. Did Trey really get asked by a company like that to go and work for them? Has he already confirmed that he'll be going to that company now? Yes, he has. He had to take one basic exam to enter the company with that interview, but he finished that like a piece of cake, he said. And since it was the company asking to hire him in the first place, that means there's no way he wouldn't be getting the job there. No way. And I'm sure part of all this has to do with having me as his wife. Seeing him gaining all this energy after marrying me has really got me jumping with joy. Back when I had first seen him with you, I knew he was the one for me. My heart was racing, and I thought to myself, as long as I had him, then my life would be perfect. I wouldn't have to do a thing, and I would become a celebrity. I'm just glad I was just listening to my intuition there. I made the right choice stealing a man like Trey from you, Ariana. What? So you're telling me that you stole him from me because of that reason? What do you mean, because of this reason? Intuition is a very important thing. Because I listened to it, I was able to get myself this man and a new house for myself. Who would have thought, though, that my sister was married to a man that could make it this far up in the world? I'm sure you are so jealous of me right now, considering my Trey is going to be making another 100,000 here soon on top of what he was already making. That company happens to be my husband's, though. What? I never thought something like this could be happening. I need to go and check with him about all of this right now. Sorry, but I have to go. Wait a second, please. What do you mean that's your husband's company? And wait, what's this about a husband? Ariana, did you get married again? Yes, I did get married again. I can see that you probably can't believe what you're hearing right now, but while I was homeless, I ran into this wonderful man. He was one of the volunteers at that soup kitchen I'd always go to, and he and I both became really close to one another. What? You found the man you would later marry while you were homeless? He was such a soft and kind gentleman, and he really did his best to help cheer me on as I worked my way back into society. Then, once I had found myself a new job and got a place to live, he confessed that he loved me. Of course, I said okay to us starting to date, but after that, there were so many surprises for me. I never thought that the man working at the soup kitchen all the time as a volunteer was also the CEO of a company as large as Fly High USA. Huh? When I learned just how large that company is, I really started to wonder how I was so fortunate to run into a man like him. You're lying about all of that, right? It was already hard enough for me to believe that you got married again. But the man you ended up with happens to run a company like that? And to make everything all the more crazy, that's the company that Trey will be going to? I'm just as shocked as you are right now. That's why I need to go have a word with my husband this instant. Now that I have to run, this is goodbye, Jade.
Hey, Ariana. I already heard some things from Jade, but you really got married again? And the man you got married to happens to be the CEO of Fly High USA? So now you're the CEO's wife?
I wouldn't say that any of his responsibilities have fallen on me as his wife just yet, but yes, he is the CEO and I am now his wife. And to think a company like my husband's actually reached out to try and hire you.
No way. This is all a joke, right? So were you the one that went and talked to your husband and had his company turn me away from being hired now? Knocking me down like that all because of some personal issues you have? Don't you dare start screwing around with me. I was just called by the company and they told me they won't be hiring me anymore. They told me that I failed the interview and all that and can't be hired. No matter how you try and think about it, there's no way I failed. I was given that exam and interview because the company wanted someone like me. They asked me to come and join them. Are you all trying to play games with me right now by asking me to join the company and then telling me no?
Ah, I see now. So this is about what happened there.
This is definitely all because of you. You asked your husband to fail me like that and turn me away. You've really gone and done it now to me.
Hold on now, Trey. I think you're mistaken here. I'm sorry that everything lined up like this in terms of timing, making you want to blame me, but you failing that interview was not my doing. By the time I was talking with my husband about you, you had already taken your exam and interview and were chosen to be turned away because of those results.
What did you just say?
I understand that it's very upsetting to be asked to join a company only to be turned away by them after your interview with them. But that just means the company misunderstood your abilities and can't hire you based off of how you did when you came and actually spoke with the interviewer. From what my husband said, the way you behaved during that interview was awful.
Huh? The way I behaved at the interview was awful?
You seem to have thought the interview was only being done as part of the company's process and wasn't really real. But to both my husband and the HR department, that interview was very much real and being taken seriously. I get that you thought you would already be getting the job due to the company asking you to join them. But when it came to the way you communicated during that interview and you view in terms of value, you were not the person that they wanted. They wanted that interview done in order to get one last good look at you before hiring you. But you didn't take it seriously at all, and that really showed them the true Trey.
What?
Trey, you were already very late to that interview, correct? And when you arrived, you didn't even bother to apologize for being late, only replying by saying that you would already had the job, so what was the big deal? Then you never even answered any of their questions regarding the work you were doing at your previous company, all before you walked out of there saying, "See y'all later." The company's introduced many people into their ranks by asking them to join because of their skills, but they have never had someone as ignorant and rude as you end up being a part of the people they were originally wanting. This led to everyone in HR, along with my husband and his committee, to all saying no to hiring you.
You're kidding! So you're telling me it's because of my behavior that I was turned away?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. So please stop blaming me for something you did.
No. There's no way that's happening. No matter how bad my behavior was then, they were the ones that wanted to hire me. So how could they turn me down like that at the last minute?
They could do it because this is business. If they ended up hiring someone like you, then they would have to pay you close to $300,000 a year to act like a complete jerk around the office. They can't take risks like that for someone as replaceable as you.
No way.
My husband was laughing a whole lot about this. He never thought that the man who blatantly failed his interview was the same man that made me homeless. He always thought that a man who could do that to me was troubled mentally and was sure glad that your mental issues came out during that interview.
Shut the frick up. Then what the hell am I going to do now? I never thought that I'd be turned away from that company like this. I already told my previous company I'm quitting because of the new job.
You did? You haven't even confirmed yet whether or not you were getting the job at this company, yet you already went and quit your last job? Normally, you shouldn't make a move until you know you've gotten that new job, right?
But I seriously didn't think there was a chance of me not getting the job. What am I gonna do? I already went to my old boss and manager and bragged to them about the new job I'm getting. If I go back to them and say I'm not quitting after all because I got turned away, I can't be in such an embarrassing situation like that.
Well, then you'd better hurry up and find a completely new company that will hire you. I was told that plenty of other companies were also wanting to hire you, right? Hurry up and start telling them that you'll take the job and go to their interviews. Ariana, please, can you please lend me some money? I just need $30,000 from you is all. What? Right now we won't be able to pay the loan on our house. At the end of this month, we have to make another payment, yet we have nothing in our bank accounts. You're joking, right? You guys didn't even have any savings? Well, when we moved into this house, we went out and bought all of our furniture and electronics to fill the house with. We also went out and bought a brand new Ferrari. I didn't think that all of that spending would come and bite us in the butts this month. After having to pay for all of those other things, we have no money for the loan. I see. And that's your reason for wanting money from me now? Don't you think, for starters, you can pay us enough for the next couple of months to pay off some of the loan? We never thought that Trey would end up being turned away from that job at Fly High USA. He is trying so hard right now to find a new job, but he won't ever be paid in time for this next payment. That does seem pretty tough for the both of you. But I'm not handing you any money. If you are all out of money, then go find yourselves a loan shark or someone to borrow from. And right now, no one is willing to give us money. Not even the loan sharks around here. The fact that we have this massive loan to pay off, as well as the fact that neither of us are working, they all tell us that they will never get any money back from us, so there's no agreement that can be made. Everyone keeps turning us away, banks and loan sharks alike. Oh dear. So please help us. And if you'd really like me to bring this up, he was once your husband and he's at fault for all of this. I think you have to be just as responsible for this happening as he is. Oh, hold on. That's your husband now, and so far, what's happening is exactly what the man deserves. He went into my husband's company with a toxic attitude and tried to act as though he already had the job. These days, loans on houses are really tough. And since this house is so expensive, things have been made worse. We could try and tell the bank to give us a little more time, but then the interest would skyrocket on us. Oh, is that right? So please, I am seriously asking for just a little money from you. You're the wife of a CEO after all, so you should have tons of money you can use, right? Of course we'll pay you back that money you lend us someday. I'm really sorry, Jade. Just like the two of you, I don't have any money in my savings. Huh? Not even a penny? Even though you're married to a CEO? You guys went and sold the land from the previous house, right? Well, I just recently went and bought that land back from the realtor. And in order to do that, I had to use up all my money that I had saved. Huh? I no longer have the house that contained all my best memories, but at least the land is still around for me to keep. So I'm thinking I'll have a new building built here, and I'll turn it into a cat cafe in memory of my Mickey. That's always been a dream of mine ever since I was a little girl. Are you being serious right now? You really went and spent all your money on that? Actually, as of right now, I'm in a little bit of debt myself. I had to borrow some money from my husband to make things work, and we'll have to pay him back later. So let's the both of us do our best to make some money. I want to save all kinds of cats off the street and make them my employees, and then make the money to pay my husband back. You're making it seem like you care more about those cats than your own sister. Well, of course I am. They are all cats after all. All so cute and fluffy. Way more cute than you are, especially. What? I understand that a lot of people think that cats can be mean and all, but when you treat them nice, they'll respect you as family. Unlike the two of you, who are neither cute nor have the ability to treat anyone nicely, no matter who they are or what they do. Excuse me? Before you start to cry and beg for my help, why don't you help your husband out by finding yourself a job as well? You're not making any money yourself, and if you can't pay off that loan soon, you'll both be evicted from there by the bank. If that happens, then you both will become the newest additions to New York's homeless. Come on now, Ariana! I will not let myself become homeless! I'll send you a list later on of all my most recommended soup kitchens around the city. Good luck to the both of you now! These are all things I've heard from rumors, but it sounds like Trey, although very embarrassed in doing so, tried to go back to his old company and ask for them to forget about him quitting. But that company had already finished the process of letting him go, so there was no way back into his old job. He then began to freak out and started calling all the companies that had been wanting to hire him before. However, all of them had gotten other people to apply within that time, so there were no more positions open for Trey. Due to there being no easy jobs for him then, Trey went and sold that brand new house back to the bank, and in a single day moved out into a very small and cheap apartment with Jade. The only problem is that even with selling the house back, they would still need to owe around $200,000 to the bank. So right now, they're both working about 3 jobs each at local bars and diners, paying off whatever they can each month. It seems that things really didn't go their way when Trey didn't get that job he bragged about, and they couldn't keep the house that they were also bragging about. Now, with them being in pretty serious debt to the bank, who knows when they'll be back to living the life they were so accustomed to.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Josh, where the hell are you? The wedding ceremony is about to start.
Sorry, Alice. Do you think that we can cancel it?
What?
I'm sorry, but I don't want to marry you.
What do you mean you don't want to marry me? Why didn't you tell me this earlier? Everyone is already here. Are you serious?
I want to follow my dream. Can you tell everyone that the wedding is canceled?
What the hell? Me? Okay. First of all, you want to cancel the wedding because you want to follow your dream? That is bullshit. I know that there are other reasons too. Spit it out.
Okay, but it's going to be really long. To be honest, I think that I have some kind of superpower to earn a lot of money.
What? Are you on some kind of drug?
No, I'm not. This is true. I didn't tell you, but my friend who was a year older than me in school introduced me to an investment, and I started it from 3 months ago, and it's doing really well.
I didn't know you were so into investment.
Well, don't all guys wish they were rich? Also, my friend is a great guy, so I trust him. So I started to invest with 10 grand.
10 grand? Are you serious?
The more I invest, the more I can increase the profit. I need to carry some level of risk to make profit, you know. And guess what? I actually did that, and 10 grand became 100 grand.
Oh my God, that much?
I can't stop smiling. My friend told me that I have everything that it takes to be a successful investor, so that's why I want to keep on doing it and become really rich. That's when I realized, why would I marry such a mediocre person like you?
Excuse me?
So this is why I don't want to marry you, okay? I will succeed in investment and become a billionaire someday. So I need to marry a hot woman like Angelina Jolie. Don't worry, I have money, so I'll pay for the cancellation fee and alimony all at once, so you better not complain. Bye, Alice. I hope you find someone mediocre like yourself.
3 years later.
Hey, Alice. How is everything? I'm guessing not okay, right? It's been 3 years already, and I know that you were crying every single day. But don't worry, I came back to get married to you.
You decide to contact me after 3 years out of the blue and tell me that you want to get married? What the hell?
Why are you so pissed? Your ex who loved you came home for you. Just be honest and say that you were happy because I know you are.
Are you serious? I am so pissed at you. Do you know how I felt after you dumped me at the wedding 3 years ago? I felt sad, frustrated, and embarrassed. I can still remember that feeling.
Being pissed at me means that you still love me, right? You don't need to hide that, so let's get married.
You're joking, right?
Nope. I already reserved the venue that we held the wedding ceremony 3 years ago that I canceled. Why don't we get married next month?
Please don't tell me that you're serious. There is no way I will marry you. You even said that you will never marry a mediocre person like me. That's why we broke up, but you decide to come back 3 years later and say, let's get married. Are you an idiot?
I actually failed at investments, so I'm in debt now. Don't worry, it's just 100 grand.
What? What happened? You were bragging that you have everything it takes to be a successful investor.
I do have everything that it takes. My friend betrayed me, which caused me to be in debt. He introduced me to one of the most successful investors, and I was one of the favorites. So us three decided to invest into this brand together. The guy said that we should be able to make a lot of money, even if there is only 1% change.
Please tell me you didn't invest all of your savings.
I did. It's my friend who I trust and one of the most successful investors. This guy does lectures at seminars, so him telling me that I might be successful? Of course I invested all of my savings.
Oh, wow.
But we failed. The stock was moving the opposite direction of what I was expecting it to, so I lost everything. When I asked my friend and the guy, they told me that investing can be unpredictable, and there's no guarantee that the stock will move in the direction I expect it to. It was also said that there is no refund.
Sounds like a typical scam to me.
Since then, I haven't heard from both of them, so maybe it is. I wish this is not true, but right now, I don't have a job and money. This is when you come into the picture. You love me even though I had nothing, right?
What?
Oh, I checked your social media, Alice. You got a promotion at your company? You have a yearly income about 100 grand, right? You worked hard for me. I appreciate it.
What, for you?
You worked your ass off because you were worried about if I would fail the investment, right? That's so nice of you.
Excuse me?
Sorry for leaving you for 3 years, but I came back like you wanted. So let's get married and redo the wedding. I know you were waiting for this. Sorry, but who is this? Huh? Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Alice's husband, Dylan. I was next to Alice reading all the conversation, but you are a disgusting person. Stop talking as if my wife still loves you because she doesn't. Wait, what? Husband? Why did you marry someone else when you have me, Alice? You are the one that canceled and told her that you can't marry her in the first place. What? So do me a favor and don't contact Alice anymore, okay? Bye.
The next day.
Yo, Alice, are you serious that you have a husband? I'm the one that's going to be your husband. I won't let you marry someone besides me.
Didn't my husband tell you not to contact me anymore? Did you lose your brain also?
Shut up. You need to marry me and only me, okay? So that's why you should dump your husband. I checked his social media, and looks like he's not that big of a deal compared to me.
Excuse me?
He's a stay-at-home husband relying on you, right? So he does household chores and only works part-time? Wow, aren't you embarrassed? Can you marry a loser like that?
Shut the up. Dylan is 1,000,000 times better than you.
Alice, can you please realize that I'm the only one that can make you happy? Even though I failed in investment, I have everything it takes to succeed again. I will succeed next time, I promise. So can I use your savings? I can make it double or even more.
What? Are you serious?
You should use it for investment rather than making a deposit at the bank. Please trust me. So dump your loser husband and marry with me because I know I can succeed.
Strike back. My husband already has a yearly income of 100 grand.
What?
So I don't need to marry a like you. I married my husband not because of money, but his personality. So I really don't care if you do or do not succeed.
Wait. What do you mean your husband has an income of 100 grand? He's a stay-at-home husband and only works part-time. How can he have that much money?
He's a doctor. That's why.
Doctor?
When he was a doctor before marrying me, he worked his ass off, and because of that, he gets calls from the hospital when they need help. And that is his part-time job, actually, and it's a pretty good payment. He became a stay-at-home husband because he wanted to support me.
What?
He also writes articles and gets asked to supervise medical TV shows, so including those, he makes a good income. His yearly income last year was 100 grand, and we were really surprised.
I thought he was some loser. Wow. A doctor and a yearly income of 100 grand. How can I beat him?
Whatever you do, you are nothing compared to him.
What?
So don't ever contact me, okay? I'm enjoying my job, making pretty good money. And I have a husband who I love and respect, so you are nothing to me. A week later.
Hi, Alice. Sorry for contacting you while you're working, but can I ask you something? It's pretty urgent.
Of course, you never contact me during work, so I'm surprised. What happened?
Can you tell me your ex-boyfriend's name and explain how he looks like? The guy that I talked to.
Sure, but why do you want to know? He doesn't contact me anymore.
I think he's trying to do something to me.
What?
I get calls from the bank asking me if I'm interested in this investment, and if I am, all they want me to do is deposit money because it seems like they will do everything for me. I refused a few times, but I keep getting calls, so I feel like something is wrong because the explanation was very sloppy. So I called the bank and asked this, but nobody knew about it.
Really?
I have a gut feeling that it's him, because the timing is too perfect.
Yeah, you're right about that. But the thing is, I think he's not that stupid to do something like this, though.
I agree. I just wanted to make sure because there are other suspects like weird people at my hospital.
Understood. I'll tell you about him just in case. I'll send you a picture if I have any in my phone.
Thank you. Sorry for asking you this while you were busy.
No, I'm the one who should be apologizing. Sorry for involving you in this mess. 2 weeks later.
Hey, Alice. My life is back on track. I'm deciding to begin an investment company. I earned the initial capital for it.
You were in debt of $100,000. How did you earn it?
I'm really smart, so I earned it doing a lot of things. So do you want to start a new life with me? I will earn a lot of money and make you happy.
You still haven't given up on me?
We are meant to be, because I never met a woman who has a yearly income of $100,000. So think about whether you want to be with someone who is only a doctor or someone who might be a billionaire.
I respect your mentality of never giving up, but I will never be with you, okay?
I'm actually at a cafe where we went on our first date, so I'll be waiting for you here. If you meet me, you'll probably remember all the good memories we had.
Probably.
Great!
I'll be there in like 15 minutes. With the police.
What? Police? Why?
Sorry to say this, but they might arrive earlier than me, thanks to my husband.
What's going on? You reported me to the police?
You tried to steal a lot of money from my husband, didn't you? Don't you dare tell me that you have no clue.
Huh?
We know everything you know. You called Dylan pretending to be a banker and recommended investment, right? You even said something like, if you're interested, deposit $100,000 and leave the rest up to me, right? My husband knew it was some kind of scam because your explanation was very sloppy.
What? You both knew everything?
Yep, we went to the police to talk about this, and looks like they're searching for you now, but they can't find you because you're homeless now, right?
Oh, about that.
The police said that if they don't know where you are, they can't arrest you, so my husband and I cooperated with them. My husband showed interest in your investment, and he invested $100,000, right? Thank you for falling for this trap and even meeting me at the cafe.
No, there are a lot of police outside.
Wow, they arrived really quick. I'm impressed.
Oh my God, what should I do? I didn't mean to do the scam. I just wanted initial capital from my new company. All I did was use the bank's name and try to steal your husband's money because you didn't want to take me back.
That's called a scam, Josh.
Why? I know that I can make your husband's money double through investment. I will guarantee that you will fall in love with me again and marry me. Then I can return your husband's money by paying for alimony. Isn't this a brilliant plan? It's not a scam.
Oh my God. I can't believe how stupid you are. Okay, you know what? Why don't you talk to the police about this? Oh, we're going to arrive in a little bit at the police station.
Wait, I don't want to be arrested. Please help me. I don't want to fall to rock bottom.
You already are. See you at the police station. We'll issue a complaint report. After the incident. I found out that Josh's debt was actually $300,000. His family, relatives, and friends were not on his side and even said that they wanted him punished. So because of that, he was found guilty and went to jail without probation. Peace finally came, so my husband and I will support each other from now on and we'll have a peaceful life.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
What the heck do you think you're doing at my wedding right now, Francine? A lame little shut-in loser like you has got some serious nerve trying to show her face around here on my special day.
Excuse me? What in the world are you talking about right now, Emma?
I seriously just can't even believe you right now. I mean, you weren't even invited, and yet you decided to just crash my wedding? What made you think doing something like this was okay? Did you hit your head or something like that? Seriously, what is your deal?
Wait, no, hold on a second. I really am confused as to what you're talking about. I mean, the only reason I came here was precisely because I was invited. In fact, I had no idea you were going to be the bride at all. Oh, please, do you expect me to believe that? Of course you knew it was my wedding. The real question is how you knew it was happening here when you weren't even invited. But honestly, if you thought that you were going to get out of this with a lie like that, you've got another thing coming. But I'm telling you that I really was invited here. I got my invitation in the mail and everything. It's just that my invitation was sent by the groom of the wedding, who must be Xavier, the man you're going to marry. Wait a second, you're telling me that my fiancé Xavier invited some weird little nobody like you to our wedding? Why in the world would he want some loser like you here with us? I mean, doesn't he realize that we're so far above you? Xavier had great grades in class, makes a ton of money now, and he might as well be a supermodel. Now, you explain to me what he was thinking inviting a nobody like you here. But I don't really know what else to say. I really did get an invitation to be here. You need to stop all this lying at once. You just found out that this was happening and wanted to sneak your way in, didn't you? You must have known that at my wedding it was only going to be beautiful and successful people allowed in. Which means that you must be here just to try and flirt with men. Wait, what? You can't really think that, right? Of course that's not what's going on. You've got this all wrong. I don't care what you have to say, you are still single, aren't you? And to think that you could have found someone if you just listened to me back then. Back then? Emma, what do you mean by that? Oh, come on, have you really forgotten? You know, high school prom? When they announced prom king and queen, you know what they say about that, right? That the winners always end up getting married to each other. I tried to give you a nice spa day so that you might have even had the slightest chance, remember? Oh, I remember what you're talking about now. If I can be honest, that was one of the worst days of all of high school. For you, maybe. But I guess I didn't do a good job because you're still single. I mean, that's the whole reason why I wanted to help you back then in the first place, but no matter how much I tried, nothing could fix how ugly you really were. And I suppose that's why I ended up being voted as prom queen. Meanwhile, everyone in the audience was laughing at you because of how ridiculous you ended up looking. Well, you remember things very differently from me. I remember not even wanting to go, but you practically forced me to sign up. Then, I remember you saying you were going to give me a makeover and you only finished with minutes to go before the winners were announced. By the time I let you have your way with me, I looked like a clown with all the makeup you put on me. And you used that old urban legend about the prom king and queen getting married to convince me to tell that year's prom king that I had a crush on him. It sounds to me like that's all your fault for letting me manipulate you so much. You really need to take more responsibility for your actions. Besides, think of all the funny memories you have to look back on now. Well, I didn't even have to open my mouth to be rejected by him, but he did it in front of the whole auditorium of people. It was one of the most horrible and saddest days of my entire life. Oh, come on. Surely you've had worse days of your life since then, right? I mean, this is a pretty low point for you, sneaking into a wedding you weren't invited to and all. I feel like you'd have to have sunken quite low to sneak into a wedding to look for a man. You must really, really be desperate. Are you kidding me? You really haven't changed at all since high school, have you? Why change something that's already perfect? But the fact of the matter is that you don't belong here. I never asked for any fat little piggies to be at my wedding, so why don't you run along and go back to your sty, I'm afraid we have a strict no fishing policy, so pack up whatever you thought you were going to use to get men and turn around. You are going to regret this. You can't keep treating people like this and get away with it. Excuse me? Did you seriously just talk back to me right now? How dare you? Don't you remember what happened in high school? There you go again, talking as if high school is the be-all end-all of everything. Up until today, I had moved past all the horrible times I had in high school. Here I thought you might have changed too, and we could talk as adults, but I see that you're just as terrible as you've always been. But you're going to learn a harsh lesson about treating people with respect. How dare some ugly little loser talk to me like this? You think I need to sit here and take this from you? I want you out of here right this instant. If you're not gone in 30 seconds, I am going to call the police and have you dragged out of here.
Miss Bellevue, I heard that you went home early? Did something happen? Is everything okay? Is it trouble at work or something like that?
Hello, Xavier. I thought I told you to call me Francine when we're outside of work. But anyways, I have some things I need to attend to, but thank you very much for inviting me.
I'm sorry. I don't understand. Did something happen? Did I do something wrong?
No, it isn't you at all. Anyways, I really should be leaving now. But please stop by my office and show me pictures of the rest of the wedding later.
I'm still really confused, but if it's a personal matter that you don't want to talk about, I respect that.
I really don't know where this company would be if it didn't have a VP like you looking over it. You always know just what to say, you know that?
I appreciate it, boss, but you're the one who's really at the wheel. And I guess I'm just a bit down because I wanted to introduce you to my fiancé. Do you think you could stay for a little bit while longer, please? At the very least, you have to take a bag of goodies that we have for the guests.
Sure that that's okay, even though I'm leaving early?
Of course. I mean, we already prepared enough for all who are going to be here, so there's one for you already. I was actually up all night last night making sure that these were perfect. So all these gifts are done by hand.
Oh, wow, that's amazing! I really can't wait to see what's inside then, but if it's something you made by hand, I'll be sure to cherish it. I am just so sorry that I'm having to head out of here so early.
Well, I'm just glad that you were able to attend at all. It really is the thought that counts anyway, you know? But just stay put. I'm going to run out of the changing room really quickly to give you the gift bag in person. I'll be right there, so don't leave yet, okay?
Hey, Emma, you're still a part of the group chat with everyone from high school, right? Well, you might want to go and check out what's going on in there. I put in the chat that you showed up without even being invited, and now all kinds of people are talking bad about you. You mean there are people who still use that chat? I removed myself from that group the day we graduated high school. You know, this is why people always thought that you were some kind of awkward little nerd, you know that? It's no wonder you hardly had any friends at all throughout high school. You can only blame yourself for that, though. Well, I see that you really haven't invited anyone at all from our high school days to your wedding, so it's not just a me problem, is it? Oh, come on. You know that all the other people we used to hang out with just ended up getting lame normal jobs. They're all just average. You really think I want my wedding being stuffed up with the stench of mediocrity? No, I'm sorry, but this wedding has a little thing called standards. So no, they weren't getting an invitation either. So you really didn't invite anyone from back then at all, and you still are sending them messages? You do realize just how successful and handsome and amazing my husband is, right? Did you know that he's also starting his own business, too? He's literally the perfect man, and if I invited anyone from high school, they would just spend the whole wedding crying out of jealousy. Either that, or they'd all think like you and just come here looking for men to flirt with. So that's why I didn't invite anyone from back then. And to think that it would have been the perfect chance for you to brag to all of us about your wedding in person. Then again, I guess you really don't care as long as you're looking down on others. You really just don't get how things work, do you? But then what else can I really expect from such a sad little loser like you? I'm not looking down on you. I just happen to know where I am relative to you. That's all. You really are a piece of work. Do you know that, Emma? I don't care what you have to say to me, because the fact of the matter is that I'm going to marry Xavier, and that's that. I'm going to be the successful entrepreneur, and you're getting nothing. My boyfriend can do anything and is going to be the top of his company. No one is ever going to be able to look down on him, and by extension, me. You say that, but do you even know what it is that your husband does for a living? It sounds to me like you don't even really care as long as it makes you enough money to give you the life that you want. Well, no duh. Why would I need to know anything more about what he does than how much money he makes? After all, my only job is to stand there and look pretty for him. It really doesn't matter to me one bit how he makes his money. I just have to be there and cheer him on in order to earn my keep. I guess maybe this is all a bit too much for you to wrap your head around, though. You really just don't know when to quit, do you, Emma? I just mean that if you could have found a man by now, you would have, don't you think? Instead, you have to come here desperately looking for someone to have you. It really is sad when you think about it, but the fact is that you're never going to have a family of your own. You're going to be lonely for the rest of your life.
And just what makes you say that about my boss, huh?
Wait, what? What do you mean? Who is your boss?
I mean that you're saying all these horrible things about my boss and my friend. But I guess I might have just let myself be taken in with your charms, and that's how I agreed to marry you. You must be quite good at getting close to people by making them think you're someone who you really aren't. But now I know exactly how you feel about me in this marriage.
Wait a second, I am still so confused right now. Who am I talking to? This couldn't be... It's not Xavier, is it?
Of course it is. And I heard from Francine that she was leaving our wedding early to go and take care of some business. I went out to go and give her one of the gift bags I made before she left, and that's when she told me what really happened. How could you try and do this to my boss?
Hold on a second. You mean to tell me that Francine is actually your boss, and she's the friend you started your company with?
You have it backwards there. Francine started the company and invited me on board to work as VP.
Wait, what? You mean that you two knew each other even before working together? But I didn't even know that you started your company with a girl. I thought it was a guy friend.
And just why would that matter at all in the first place? I came to work with Francine because I know she has a great mind for business. I'm just shocked to hear all of these horrible things that you've been saying about her, though.
There's been some kind of mistake here, really. I had no idea that she was your boss or anything like that. I didn't even know that you two were friends before this. I mean, what in the world is someone like you doing being friends with her?
Oh, give me a break. You know that Francine and I are friends. I told you that I was going to be inviting her to our wedding. Don't you know how much she's done for me? Not just professionally, but in my personal life too?
Hold on a sec, I still don't even get how you two met in the first place.
Don't you remember in high school, when I won prom king? I think I had girls coming up to me multiple times a week begging me to go out with them. I know that people think I'm really handsome, and that must be great for me, but it's not that simple. It comes with a lot of pain too.
What do you mean? How could it be hard to be handsome?
So many people come up to you just to say they like you when you don't even know who these people are. Not just that, but to have to turn down so many people who wanted to go on a date with me. Don't you know how much that makes me feel guilty? And then, when I wouldn't find a girlfriend, people started accusing me of sleeping around with people since I was still single. It's just so many people assuming so much about my life when they don't even know me.
But, I mean, at least you're not ugly. That's a good thing. Surely you can see how being handsome is so much better, right? And if you weren't, then you wouldn't be getting married to a gorgeous woman like me.
You and every other gorgeous girl I've been with seem to have the same mindset. And anytime I've brought up these struggles to them, they always tell me to be thankful for what I have. All that tells me, though, is that I still haven't met someone who actually listens to what I have to say.
Hold on, I didn't know that this was such a big deal for you.
I was scared to love for so long because I was worried that people were falling in love with the idea of me, and not me for who I really am. It took me so long to want to be married, and so much of the credit for that goes to Emma, who was always there to talk to me and never asked anything from me in return. That's what a real friend does. She helped me remember what it means to trust people.
You don't really mean that, do you?
Of course! She's always giving me great advice, and even after high school helped me step into myself. We also realized we had similar ambitions, and so when she started her company, she said it was a matter of course that I would be her VP pick.
But, I mean, I had no idea that someone like her would be your boss.
Well, you better start believing in it. Francine has easily put in the bulk of work to get us where we are. She's the brains behind the whole operations, and as the VP, she taught me how to use people's assumptions about me to my advantage.
I don't even know what to say to any of this right now.
Well, I'm not there yet. Francine told me all about what you put her through in high school. How horribly mean you were to her. I really had no idea at all that I was about to marry the person who traumatized Francine throughout high school. Well, I'm sorry, but I just can't marry a woman like you now that I know who you really are. Francine came here as my guest and you've been nothing but disrespectful to her and by extension me. I want to call the whole wedding off with you.
You don't really mean that, right? I mean, the ceremony's going to start in a matter of hours. Please, let's just calm down and talk about this, okay?
There's nothing more to talk about and I am perfectly calm. Anyways, I'm going to go break the news to everyone right now that the wedding is canceled. I don't know what you're going to do next, and frankly, I don't really care. Have a nice life, Emma.
In the end, Xavier managed to stop the wedding before things went too far and he and Emma ended up married. It was a huge shock for all of the guests, but Xavier had explained the situation to both sets of parents and they agreed to spread the news and explain things to the rest of the guests. Soon, however, everyone at the wedding venue knew what Emma had done and said to me. By then, however, Emma had run away from the wedding venue to avoid the humiliation of what was about to happen. She managed to talk her parents into letting her move back in with them, but they both gave her a stern talking to and expressed how disappointed they were with her. And since Emma had put all of her baskets into marrying Xavier, she was really left with few alternatives. She'd quit her job and already ended her apartment lease since she was planning on moving in with her then-fiancé. Left with nothing and no one, Emma had to quickly take the first jobs that she could find in order to pay the rent to her parents, who told her they were not going to be letting her freeload off of them after her behavior at the wedding. I just hope that working a few service industry jobs really humbles Emma and helps her understand why it's wrong to look down at people. As for Xavier and I, things more or less went back to business as usual for us, as we continued on trying to build up our company. We have some interviews for the news and some magazines coming up, and I've asked Xavier if he could use his charms to help sell our company to the public. It took a long time, but I'm glad that Xavier is now comfortable enough with himself to make use of his own looks on his terms. Of course, he was very sad that his wedding didn't come to be, but he said that he was much more relieved that the two of them didn't end up married before he found out. We're still close friends, and Xavier knows that I'm there for him. But business stops for no one, and time is money. But just because the work doesn't stop, it doesn't mean I have to ignore my friend when he's hurting. Xavier may have lost his wedding, but our friendship is stronger than ever.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.